Hello, everybody, and a very special hello to our friends from the Netherlands. I've got many great experiences of spending time in Breda at the world's largest redhead festival, which has recently moved to Tilburg, but that's not what I'm here to talk about today. I wanted to talk to you today about Nexus and our role as a connector within the regional business ecosystem here in the Leeds City region. My name's Barry Singleton. I'm Business Engagement Officer, so it's my job to fill the building, but also to work with companies that are interested in joining the community at Nexus. What is Nexus? Well, Nexus is the University of Leeds' innovation hub right at the heart of the Leeds innovation ecosystem. As you can see on this little diagram here, we're on the southern edge of campus at the University of Leeds. We're directly next to, excuse me, Leeds General Infirmary, which is part of the Leeds Teaching Hospital Trust, who we work very closely with. And we're about a 15-minute up the hill from the train station. If you go into the train station from Nexus, it's probably about 10 minutes with a fair wind and down that hill. Nexus is essentially a place and a space that enables and fosters the kind of introductions of innovative companies to the university. And we've got a fantastic team of our engagement team, which I'm part of, and the collaboration team, who really help to plug companies into the university in many different ways. So Nexus is a building. It is a £40 million investment by the University of Leeds to encourage and foster this kind of spirit of collaboration between industry and academia. There's this fantastic cafe and reception area. We've got a wonderful event space where we have many events. So we have things like when Rishi Sunak came to sign the devolution deal to give us a mayordom and more power in the region, he came to Nexus. We have lots of ministerial visits in the last few weeks. We've welcomed visitors from Bulgaria, from Brazil, from the US, and much, much more. And really, I think that Nexus is a place where connections are curated, where conversations are catalyzed, and where people make a commitment to collaborate in many different ways. And I'll touch on those in a little while. And Nexus really is at the heart of this innovation ecosystem. So you can see that really colourful graphic, which has a number of different topics or subjects. And essentially that's what my job and our role is. So one of my favourite books at the moment is a book called The Square and the Tower by Niall Ferguson, the historian. And he talks about the tower being the hierarchical structures in organisations, and the square is where people like myself and our team operate in order to help companies kind of fast track and circumnavigate some of those, I guess, hierarchical and sometimes bureaucratic structures. What do we do? Well, exactly what we do is we work with companies, we understand their business need, the idea or opportunity, we figure out what their innovation roadmap is. And as I say, we do work with innovation-driven enterprises, and the kind of common denominator between all of them is that they have some need or want to work collaboratively with the latest and world-class researchers in order to facilitate their innovation journey. So just to give you a little bit more detail, we have professional services partners. So KPMG are based permanently in residence at Nexus. We work very closely with them, both at Nexus and in terms of their partnership with the University of Leeds. We have Squire Patton Boggs as our legal partner, and then HGF, which is an IP and patent attorney. So all our member companies, and we've got well over 100 members now, they have the opportunity and the capability to interact with our professional service partners to help maybe fill in some of the gaps of their knowledge. I mentioned before about the co-working space and the event spaces. One of the key drivers, though, is this need for, we talk about university spin-out. So some of our member companies are generated from IP that's derived from research in a university context, and then it's commercialized. But we also work with, I guess, what we could call university spin-ins. And the reason that they might want to come and use a space and work with an organization like Nexus is that they want to identify a new location in a new target market. They want to do collaborative research to develop or prove some kind of an innovation and get some validated evidence base behind that, particularly if they're looking at working in the NHS. And the other real reason really is to access skills and talent. So another part of our team is my colleague Jo Howarth and her team, and they're really charged with the task of trying to find and identify skills and talent from the student population here at Leeds. So to take healthcare as an example, Leeds is very well known and well regarded and recognised as a centre for health tech innovation. And we have many companies that are active in that space presently. But in addition to that, we also have, I think it's 4 out of the 6 NHS headquarters are based in Leeds. And as you can see, we've got a wide number of different National Institute of Health research bodies that the companies can really come to us, help us to understand what they want to achieve, and then it's our goal and role to really signpost them and also make those, as I say, curated connections so that we can help them to facilitate and do things quicker than they'd do otherwise. But first and foremost, really, Nexus is a community, and we are building a community of like-minded, innovation-driven enterprises, ranging from companies that are genuine startups right at the beginning of their journey through to scale-ups. And we also have a number of corporate partners and corporate organizations that are starting to buy into and invest in the community that we're developing at Nexus. So to give you another little example here, so this is an example of where a company has developed a platform that's supporting people with chronic long-term health conditions, and the need for their type of solution in the healthcare system was exacerbated by everything that's gone on over the last couple of years around the pandemic. By working with the Nexus team and working with our collaboration team, we were able to help them access and win a really sizable and chunky research grant of about 2.2 million. One of the things I get asked a lot is why Leeds? Well, this is actually a quote from my former CEO, my former boss, Stuart Sherman of Scaled Insights. And one of the things that he says is that actually Leeds is more like a sophisticated cocktail club, whereas if you were to try to set up in the Golden Triangle down there around London, maybe it's a bit more like a noisy nightclub, and you wouldn't necessarily get the kind of engagement at the pace you'd like. And we're all about really trying to encourage people, particularly from the Golden Triangle, to make their way north and head into the Rhubarb Triangle, as we like to call it. So here's a little snapshot of some of the companies that are part of our community. So just taking a couple off there, I can see Clerical, well, that's a university spin out. They're creating cosmetics from the waste products from cordial. So really basing their kind of value proposition on the whole sustainability argument. I'm looking at Fidegaran. They're doing innovation in and around tissue and very much in a healthcare context. I could kind of go through the list. We've got some really wonderful companies that are part of our community, and as I say, the common denominator between them all is that desire, need, and want to engage with and collaborate with world-class academics from the University of Leeds, and it's our job to help them do that. Just to kind of finish off really before the Q&A, this is a little snapshot of some of the metrics that we like to collect. So as you can see, since joining the Nexus community, our members have created almost 200 jobs. Over 50 University of Leeds graduates have been employed by Nexus members, and that's something we're really proud of, because I think giving that opportunity to those early stage researchers or people right at the beginning of their career by working with innovative startups is really quite powerful. There have been plenty of students employed by Nexus members, and as you can see, there's a real kind of success around supporting and helping our members to win and attract these collaborative funding grants that help them on their journey and help to kind of bring vital funds into those startup businesses. And final one there is that almost 30 million of private equity investment has been raised by Nexus members since joining our community. So I think the message that I really want to get across to everybody here today is that if you're considering or if you're interested in understanding how a university like the University of Leeds can support your company or your organization on its journey towards innovation, then please do feel free to get in touch, and I'll be very happy to talk to you. So that's my story so far. If you've got any questions, I'd love to answer them. Thank you.